Do you want to buy a foreclosure home? You absolutely can. I can send you lists of foreclosures of properties that are either going into foreclosure, properties that have been foreclosed upon, and properties that are currently available for sale that are foreclosures. Each one is a different phase. Think about it this way: when somebody owns a house and they stop paying their mortgage, the bank catches on pretty quickly. And eventually they start sending nasty letters saying, hey, we're going to foreclose on you if you don't start paying your mortgage. Well, first it goes to sheriff's sale. After sheriff's sale, the bank now owns it. They do all their stuff like winterizing it and figuring out what they're going to do with the asset. And eventually the bank lists it as a property for sale, now a bank owned property. That's what most people think of when they say, oh, I want to buy a foreclosure. Well, those bank owned properties we can buy like any other property. You just need to understand that if you're applying for a mortgage, the property needs to be eligible for a mortgage. What does that mean? Well, the short story is when a bank loans you a couple $100,000 to buy a property, they want to know that it's livable. So it needs running water, it needs heat, it needs electricity. You can't have giant holes in the wall or floor to seal mold or really mold at all. So if you're walking through these bank-owned properties or these, you're looking at properties that are being foreclosed on at this time, yeah, I mean, if we can get a mortgage, let's go get one. If we can't get a mortgage, you really only have two options. One is buy the house cash, which is great too. Of course, we can do that. That's always wonderful. But most of us don't have that kind of cash laying around. And the other option is what is known as a renovation loan. I see lots of stories about renovation loans and how amazing they are. We really need to take a little time to break down what that process looks like. The more renovation loans change over time, so I don't want to cite too many examples, but what I would say is generally speaking, you end up paying more money because you're probably going to have a higher interest rate. You're probably going to have fees, and you're going to have external consultants that need to okay things that you're doing throughout the process. So, most people don't want to go through the renovation loan process because they're going to end up paying more. I'd rather figure out a way we can buy the property, do the renovations, and then refinance it for the same low interest rate that I can get on any other house. Long story short, you want to buy a foreclosure? Yeah, let's talk. I'll show you the foreclosures. But they're not the great deals that most people think of or hear about on HGTV. So you're probably going to end up getting a $300,000 house for $250,000 and then realize it needs $50,000 worth of renovation. At that point, why am I spending my nights and weekends for the next year, year and a half renovating a building just to make no money? I'll just go buy the end product.